Hey gang, I had so much fun doing that layering video that I thought I'd do it again. This time we're going to do Betty Wright's R&B classic Cleanup Woman from 1972. It's got 3 guitar parts over a funky sort of just an F vamp. All right, we're going to start out with the F vamp and we'll add each of the 3 guitar parts in turn. All right? So here comes the first one, kind of the chord backgrounds here. That's the first one. Second one's going to be a kind of like a bottom end part. So here we go. Okay, here comes the third one. There we go. All 3 guitar parts, drums, bass. Too bad we don't have Betty Wright singing it. All right, we'll see you in just a second to go over this. Note for note. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you in just a second. All right, gang, let's go over this note for note. Should be pretty short and sweet because each part is pretty simple. All right, so, oh yeah, first things first, you can download the tab from the link in the description. It's going to make your life a little bit easier. I also have the backing track that I've recorded, so you can download that also in the link in the description. Now, the sound, clean. Make it clean, all right, and we're done with the sound. Okay. So let's go over part by part. So here's the first part. That's the first part. Here's the second part. All right, and the third part will be this. And yes, there's 2 different ways to play it. I'll show you both. There's actually more than 2 different ways. I played it 2 different ways. I'll show you both of those. All right, so let's go over the first part. The first part is a series of triads, all in the key of F. We're going to start out here. Most of them are on strings 3, 2, and 1, so the first 3 strings. So we're going to start out with an F triad on the first 3 strings, 5, 6, 5. Okay, so that's the first triad. You want to hit it with a nice staccato stroke there. All right, all of these with a staccato stroke. All right, second triad is on the 4, 3, and 2 strings. This is the one exception, and it's 7, 7, 6. This is a D minor triad. Okay, so far we've got. Now we're going to go back to that first F major triad, 5, 6, 5. And now we're going to go to a G minor triad, 3, 3, 3. And an F major triad, another F major triad, 2, 1, 1. So it sounds like this. All right, so you practice that, and here's how it's going to sound with the backing track, okay? I'll put on that backing track a little slower. So there we go, that's the first part. Okay, the second part is on the bass strings, and it goes like this. All right, so you can see that there's kind of an interplay between each of the strings, and it's a fun one to play for sure. This one is a little bit tricky, so definitely take it slow. All right, we're going to start out here on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and we're going to hammer on to the 5th. Okay, and then we're going to play on the 5th string 3, 5, 3. All right, now we're going to play on the 4th string 3, 5th string 3, and then 5, back to the 6th string 5, and finally we have 3, 5 again on the 5th, and the 6th string 1st fret, which is the F. Now the tricky part is really that part. So that's actually kind of tricky to play because you're playing the same fret on adjacent strings. So first you play the 3, 3 on the 4 and 5 strings, and then the 5 and 5 on the 5 and 6 strings, and back up to the 5th string, and then, all right, so here it is slowly. Let's get into a habit of doing that. All right, let's play and hear how it sounds with the backing track. Go. That's how it sounds with the backing track. All right, the last part is this part, or each of those is basically the same notes. We're just playing them in a different part. The first one utilizes or uses a slide. All right, so let's learn the easier one first because it's all in one position, the 10th position here. So this one I think is the most useful or the easiest. So those are, we're using something called fourths, and we're going to start out with the third and second string up on the 10th, and play that. And we're just going to play it as a double stop. We're not going to arpeggiate it. We're just going to play them both at once. You can slide into that if you want. Sounds good. All right, the second one we're going to play is on 12-12, but now on the 4 and 3 strings, and then 10-10 on the 4 and 3, and then 12-12 on the 5 and 4, back up to the 10-10 on the 4 and 3, and 12-12 on the 5 and 4. Okay, so it goes like this. Now, if you want to slide into it or you want to slide down, that's a nice one to practice too. And you can start out in a different position. And same on the 4 and 3 strings. If you want to just keep it on the 4 and 3 strings, that's the idea here. So that's a slide up to the 15 and 14 on the 4 and 3 strings, respectively. The rest is exactly the same. But you don't really play that second one, you just kind of slide into it. That's why I think the first one's probably easier and more straightforward. All right, that's it. Oh, I should play it with the backing track. Yeah, let's do that. Play them both. Here's the first way, the easier way. And that's it. Well, there you go, gang. All 3 parts to Betty Wright's Clean Up Woman. It's pretty cool how all 3 of them kind of do different things and they blend together to create something that's greater than the sum of their parts. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed making it. Hope you enjoyed listening to it or learning from it. We'll see you on down the road.